here today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give my honest thoughts on how the project is being ran. So if you enjoy that sort of Kickstarter crowdfunding coverage, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. As I'm trying to reach 30,000 subscribers that year. Less than 1,000 away. Super excited. But I'm also always super excited anytime we get to cover BackerKit, because BackerKit is just like this so far back in third place, it's ridiculous crowdfunding platform in the GameFound Kickstarter realm. At least you would think so. But every once in a while, we'll see some games on here. And right now, I was super excited because there was a game that's doing well, and it caught my interest. And the more I learned about the game, the more I was intrigued by it. That's Lava Run, the craftable dinosaur game. So this is the #1 trending game on BackerKit this week. Looking at the main image, I see cutesy little dinosaurs, fully funded in 8 hours. Seems like a waste of time. I'm sure we could put something else here. Like, I feel like there's a lot of wasted space in the backdrop. But the big, most important thing I think we have is in the bottom left, where it says craftable game. I don't know what that means, but I'm really excited and intrigued by it, and I almost feel like this was a missed opportunity. I would have had craftable game in the top left corner almost, so that when you went over it, it would like zoom in, and part of the thing that was zooming in was on this picture down here. Because as I looked more into this game, I found out that this is like from someone who does a bunch of crocheting things. Anywho, I'm excited. Lava Run is a craftable board game about saving your dinosaur from a volcanic eruption. Place tiles to cleverly guide the lava as you move down the volcano. Use special tiles to mess with your opponents, all while trying to be the first dino to escape. Craftable game. That's really cool. I'm excited to see what it does. As always in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? And also, how many players does this play? What's the how's that work? I'd love to know that as well. Let's go.
It's the end of an era. Well, at least for most of you.
Now, first thing I want to point out, Louis Loop. So this is 42.6 thousand subscribers. They have a very specific niche lane, which is crocheting. So awesome. And that also kind of explains part of the reason why this is on BackerKit. I'm sure they reached out and they were like, all right, there's a couple different places we can go. We go GameFound, we go Kickstarter, we go BackerKit. And they were like, all right, BackerKit is probably going to give us the best deal. And that's what they have. Like you think about it, like how'd they get Gloomhaven 2nd Edition? Like how'd they get Frosthaven? How'd they get Munchkin? Like $1 million anniversary edition. Like, they're giving great deals on the back end, but it feels like you absolutely have to be able to bring the customers in. So this being an already pre-existing crocheting YouTube channel and then spinning it into board games and saying, we don't need Kickstarter, we could just go BackerKit. It's really cool to see it working. That being said, I gotta say, I feel like we're leaving money on the table not having this on Kickstarter. Like, I can't just not think that, because these things, like these, especially if you zoomed in on these in the main image, like if these part of the game, like, wow. Let's go. This sounds like a really cool, intriguing game, which is why I want to cover it.
Better get to the beach. Looks like we're in for a hot one today. In Lava Run, you help a dinosaur escape a volcanic eruption. Direct the lava's flow, outsmart your opponents, and escape to safety down the mountain in a one...
This reminds me of a game, a little bit. Came out a couple years back, a children's game from... It was a spin-off of Yellow. It was kind of like Yellow's answer to Haba. I don't remember what they were called, but they put out a lot of banger children's games. SOS Dino. That was the name of the game. This one gives me SOS Dino vibes. Those are good vibes. But yeah, this is what I'm saying right here. I would put this on the marquee. 1 to 6 players, ages 7+. That's fantastic. I'm immediately in the family weight, and then I see these like totally cutesy little guys here. And here's what I'm also seeing. I'm seeing different ones. I'm seeing crocheting ones. I'm seeing standees. So I think what they're trying to do here is showcase the fact that, yes, there are the components that are going to be in the game, but you could also make your own components, and you could just use random toys around the house. Cool. Oh, unless those are the components, in which case, that's shockingly awesome.
1 to 6 person board game designed for ages 7 and up. You're in a race against enemy dinos for survival. Win by being the first dino to reach the raft at the base of the volcano, or being the last dinosaur standing. Play as 6 unique dinosaurs as you dodge bursts of magma, leap over fissures, and use boulders as bridges.
So unique dinosaurs, I wish you would have specified there if they were like asymmetrical. That would have been a good time. If they are asymmetrical, just to like showcase the cards. Be like, oh, here's the cards. Let's showcase what this purple dino can do. If that's in fact the case. Because right now, I'm just thinking asymmetric is like the baby version of asymmetric, where it's like, oh, look, the dinosaurs look different.
Better hurry. Each game only lasts around 30 minutes at most, and there's only room for one on the escape raft, so make
Was that a color your own one? I kind of love that idea. Oh my gosh, love that idea. Wow. Paint your own acrylics. Huh, that'd be hot.
sure to guide the lava's flow correctly, and don't stand in one place for too long. Quick, last one down's a dino nugget. Hey there, I'm Louie, the creator of Lava.
Wow, that box is so big. Holy guacamole, that box is way bigger than I was expecting it to be. Okay, so we are going to have a whole bunch of other things in there. I'm excited to see what they are.
Run, local cat dad, and professional crocheter. No, seriously, I crochet for a living, and when my addiction to little crochet dinosaurs
I like there was Codenames and Suro subtly in the back right there, along with Scrabble. I didn't like that one so much, but the other two, I liked it. All right, it's showcasing, like, yeah, I play some hobby games. I dabble. Cool. Good to know.
a little out of hand, I turned to my other obsession, board games. I wanted something that inspired creativity.
I want to see the games. I want to see those real quick. Let me see them again.
To my other obsession, board.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Catan. Oh, good for you. Good for you. You're at the fun part of the hobby. Wife will love this. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Games. I wanted something that inspired
Like, I'm really curious to see what it is.
creativity, community, and just a dash of competition. Something that was playable for kids, but also could still be fun and strategic for me and my adult friends. But most importantly, something I could do with my tiny yet ferocious crocheted
Reach into the
dinosaurs.
box. Okay.
I ended up with Lava Run, a collaborative puzzle-like game with the strategic edge and just a healthy amount of luck, so you always had a chance. Lava Run hits all the boxes for my favorite board games while still being approachable for kids and playable in a short sitting. I'm just so proud of this game. Lava Run was designed to encourage creativity, not only through the gameplay, but through the dino pieces themselves. And while you don't have to create your pieces from scratch, making your dinosaurs is one of my favorite parts of the game. So whether it's coloring in the pop-out pieces included in the game,
See, oh my gosh, it's so smart. Look at that. Can I buy those? Can I buy those? Is that something you're going to sell me? It's great. It's good stuff. Great stuff. Like, this is great. Like, it has its own separate lane. And this is why I keep saying, like, I feel like this one on Kickstarter could be like a banger. Like a Robot Turtles certified banger where it's like you bring the market, right? Like, you clearly are bringing a good chunk of people from your YouTube are like, yes, I'm interested in this. But then you also capture that tidal wave of just, whoa, what the hell is this? This is crocheting in this massive, like, if you showed me that massive box and the fact that I'm actually getting these crocheting pieces and like my kids can like learn to crochet and create their own things and they might look like crap but they can still be used in the game. Like, if you could convey that on the main image and in the description, which I think you totally could, I think there's a huge potential wave that you could catch that you're not going to catch on BackerKit. Now, I know there is a strong argument to be made for BackerKit being a specific place where crafters are much more likely to back it, because I do know that pins, like not pens as in I write things, but pins as in I stab things, are massively popular on BackerKit, which are big amongst crafters. But still, I think you miss out on a huge tidal wave that you could have got with Kickstarter on that, because this has really good crossover appeal. Like, this looks awesome. It reminds me of a game I covered a couple of years back, where it was a family children's weight game. It was actually more like a tactical skirmish minis game, but it was clay. It was all clay, and because it had this really cool gimmick, it sold. It's still like they have. I saw them at a booth at Gen Con. Like, they're doing looks like well. And I think you have that crossover appeal here. So I feel like being on BackerKit, that's definitely unfortunate, because I'd love to see what this could do on Kickstarter, especially if we got stretch goals in there. And those stretch goals could be as simple as extra art supplies, because it seems like you're gonna pump me full of things that I can use to make stuff. I'm excited. I'm very intrigued. I wish we would have got to the point a little bit quicker though of exactly what's in this box, because I still kind of don't know. And we're a minute 40 into a 220-minute video, so let's get to it. Show me the inside of the box, or roughly what I'm getting. Where are the cards? What? Show me some more meat.
crocheting a set like mine using one of my beginner crochet kits, you get the opportunity to have a deeper connection to your
2/3 of a point grade bump up. Yep, it's good stuff. You are essentially trying to capitalize on crossover and sell various different products. And it's really interesting to me because, hey, see goody, because we see this all the time, but the extras that we typically see are like, oh, play mats and card sleeves and stuff that I'll be able to sell at conventions. Whereas they're like, no, I want make your own crochet things and like clay sets and stuff, because I can make those and then sell those. And it's like, it's just a different lane. and I don't feel like there's a huge lane here. So I feel like you can have a lot of it. I'm a gamer, not a crafter. Can they nab me? I don't know. I don't feel like they've done a spectacular job really showing me what's in the box yet.
Dinosaur before you have to save it from burning up.
Like, we keep seeing a bunch of stuff that is in the box, I think, but are these in the box? Like, are those just examples? Like, why is the box so huge?
In a river of lava. You can even 3D print your own and paint them, make them out of clay, origami, or really whatever crafts you like.
Okay. Right now, we're really hammering home on the fact that you can make your own, you can use your own piece for this game, which is awesome, all right? It's awesome if you're giving me the things to do it. Otherwise, it's not really that awesome. Like, let's take a step back and say, yeah, I can do this with a lot of games. Like, as long as I have a big enough space to put the piece, I can, you know what? I'm gonna tell you a secret. One of my favorite games is Spectre Ops, and a lot of times when I play Spectre Ops, I play as the Sheriff of Nottingham mini I have. Like, yeah, it's not it's not mind-blowing that you can play as different characters. It's more mind-blowing of you're going to let me make them, but I don't know what's in the box. Like, I feel like we did a really bad job of spotlighting what's in the box.
I've been working on this game for a while now, and I'm super excited, but also pretty nervous to share it, because the creation of this game at this point is...
Clearly, you're not sharing what's in the box, and it's a huge box. Like, if this were a smaller box, I wouldn't dwell on it so much, but it's a massive freaking box. This is like $100 box. At least the prototype one you have in front of you looks like to be.
Completely up to you. Please consider supporting this project, and if you're interested in crocheting a set, it's actually easier than you think, and I can teach you. Thank you so much for watching. Happy hooking, and pasta la pizza.
That's a cool idea. Trying to get regular gamers to your crocheting YouTube channel with this family-friendly game. I love the idea. I don't feel like the video really landed as well as it could have, and I'm sure as we go through the video, we'll be like, ooh, that would have been great to mention, or through the page. But after the video, do I want it? Yes, I am. I do. I'm very curious about the price. I'm very curious about what's in the box. Cue up the Brad Pitt. Send me what is in the box? That box is big enough. It's huge. Oh, don't get me started. Seinfeld, King of the Hill. I'll be here for the next 2 hours. You're like, dang it, why didn't I go to sleep? All right. So there's the box. It's winking. I can see the tiles. Am I just getting tiles out of the box? Like, I'm worried that is actually what's happening, and they just kind of, like, really dolled up how the tiles were stacked so that they look like they were overflowing. So I really want to see the top-down shot of what's in the box with the component list. Lava Run is a craftable... Oh, have they done anything before? I think this is probably the first game. Let's see. How do I look at them? Louis Loops. Can I click on it? Louis Loops. Hi. Hey there. I'm Louis. I'm a 30-something dude that loves board games and yarn, living in California with my girlfriend and kitty. I'm also a professional crocheter that's been designing Ambergrini patterns and creating stuff. I do a lot of stuff with that. Naturally, my love of crochet and board games turned out to be a perfect match, and now I've designed a number of board games designed to be made from home. I call them craftable games. They don't necessarily need to be made from crochet, although, of course, I will teach you if you're curious, but crafting your pieces from scratch brings... So it's like a... It's like the step in between... I think they're going to be selling the materials as add-ons. Yeah, I think you're right. Which makes me wonder why the box is so insanely big. And I guess it's got to be to store the pieces, but it's like, I don't know. Okay, so we have the classic game. The classic version of Lava Run includes everything you need to play. The foldable game board. All right, so we have not a play map, but a foldable game board. Over 100 playable tiles printed on thick cardboard, so pop-out tokens. Got it. 6. So we have pop-out tokens of 2 boards. And those are just pop-out tokens. So that is the game. That is a dirt cheap game. This game should have an absolute... Like, what the hell is going on? That's the component list in this massive box? That's it? Are you kidding me? Okay. That box is like... Well, like, we'll say... We'll be nice and say we're like 8 inches by 8 inches, 9 inches by 9 inches. So this is literally just a board... And like 3, 4, 5 token sheets, 6, something like that. You just pop in an insert. It's like there is no wow. That is such an astonishingly. And look at these. You say, oh, these things are big. Yeah, but they're not because they're actually cardboard. You pop those out and then you put them together. So nothing like. Why is that box so big? Why? Oh no. Oh my gamer in me's going off. Once again, if you're a crocheter, you're like, oh, okay, whatever. Like, and I really do think you do go whatever, because if you think about mass market style games, like how big is Monopoly compared to how it needs to be, right? Like, there's quite a few games you're like, how big is that? Like, how big does the box need to be? I hope that's not the case. Oh, man. I think it might be. Lava Run is designed with a completely optional crafted element to the tabletop game, whether you want to print the game from home, crochet your dinosaur piece, or so it's just, you can make your own piece. So really, this is a guy who's trying to teach me how to crochet dinosaurs, but he has somehow wrapped around that concept a board game. And I kind of love it. Right? Like, it's like, all right. Like, it just seems like such a great idea. Where it's like, crap, how can I get more stuff on my crocheting? It's like, all right, how about you just crochet a dinosaur, but then say it's a game piece, and then we'll just make this board game, but then you can say that the pieces, like, because that's all it is. Like, there's nothing different about this game from any other game except for the crocheting aspect of, like, oh yeah, you can use this piece as crocheting, and I can't hate it. I can't hate it. Like, let's just look at this. This is a very simple family weight game with a crochet kit. And they've got $85,000. So good for them. And they've got $85,000. And this is the only video I think I saw on Kickstarter. I don't think there's hardly much YouTube content at all. Because these aren't even YouTube shorts, are they? Are these YouTube shorts? I think these are YouTube longs.
Those are mixed in.
But they took a YouTube short, but they put it as a YouTube long format. I think that's what's going on here. So are these the videos? Okay, so I guess this is the video dump. I'm not used to just straight up TikTok video dumps. So there's the game. Does the bag come with it? I need a component list. Oh, here it is. Pledge levels and add-ons. We'll get there. Just bury it. How to play? Excellent.
In just a moment. Or
awesome. Looks like a full how to play video. Is the cheapo tier cheap? I don't know. They decided to tell you about it, but not give you the price because they want to bury it down below. It's like because it's like, don't you love when you go to a store and you have to go ask someone for the price? You have to go look for it because it's not just there. That's everybody's favorite. Directs for the lava flow. Now we're talking gameplay. Fine. It's not more fine than the. Oh wow, that's a great price. Oh, this is a craftable version. Oh. Well, icky to you. That's garbage. That's a $22 PDF. Let's not get it twisted, folks. This is a $22 PDF. Printable boards. Crochet pattern tutorial services. Maybe it's the tutorial services. Maybe that's it. Unless those are available to everybody. Yeah, that doesn't feel great. But I guess it doesn't feel great. Yeah, vertical videos can long now be. Oh, wow. I should get on that. Wonder if there's a way I can mask to it. Yeah, this one doesn't feel great, but then I guess I'm comparing it to a regular PDF version, I suppose. So I need to take a step back and say that there's more than the PDF here, because we have the crocheting patterns, the tutorial services, the 3D models, which is its own separate thing. So I guess, okay, take a step back. At $45, wow, okay. So that's how we flip it on our head right now. And this is exactly what I always talk about here. This is why we lead with a great price. Because I have been like, oh my gosh, how much is this box going to cost? Oh God, how much is this going to cost? Because I see this big box, and it feels like an obnoxious box that's full of air. And if it's an obnoxious box that's full of air, and it costs me $80 for what should be, it's way lower than an $80 game, I'm annoyed. But when it's $45, I say, okay, that's not bad. $22 is about as fair as you get the patterns and such. Yeah. And that's why, and I agree, Sean, and that's why I dialed it back. I was in the mode of $22 for a PDF. That seems terrible, but this is more. This is different. This is not just a typical game. And once again, I think that's good. I still think Kickstarter would have been the way to go with it, though. So $45 seems very reasonable. I would lead with that price. That's great. And once I see how large that box is, too, I'm like, wow, $45 for that big old box? I'm in. What's the shipping? 18 to 23, I'm going to guess. I'm in and out the door around $68, $74. That seems very reasonable. So what's this one come with? It comes with a physical. So yeah, it doesn't feel like a great price, honestly, but it doesn't feel terrible. It feels fine. You can find patterns for free, but yeah, they still provide them, though. So it's like it's easier. I don't feel like it's a great price for the PDF, but I don't feel as terrible as I did. I feel like it's the high end of Kickstarter reasonable for a PDF, I'd say, I guess. Then this one, the classic crochet kit bundle. The thing that you, aka the reason why the box is so big. This is the version that I'm really trying to sell you. If we were on GameFound, this would be the featured players. Oh no, this would be the ultimate crochet kit bundle. Plus Land Before Twine Deluxe Kit. Ew. Oh. Hopefully that's an add-on. Hopefully you're not making me make an $85 price jump to get all of your gameplay, because that's disgusting. I know you're a first-timer, but ew, slap in the face. $45, kind of dig the box size to fit the crafted stuff and not too shabby. Yeah, I also do as well. I see these. Like, these are like the, I get it. Like, I get it. I could see these in a shopping mall, honestly. I could see these out on a Kohl's shelf, you know, on Black Friday. 130, now $89.99. Like, I could see this. I feel like this is big. I made the analogy earlier about the clay game that's like is now at Boots. I think they got it here. I think that we are going to see this, and I think the next one will probably be on Kickstarter. Because I really do crafting conventions, craft stores. Like, the sky is the limit for the popularity of this game. Like, I legitimately, as a businessman, which I don't put on that hat too often. I tend to just not put it on because I'm stupid. But as a businessman, this feels like the kind of game where I should get it and then immediately make a how to play video, because I feel like it's going to have incredible legs and an incredible number of print runs. Like, I'm all in on this. $130 is way too much. Is it? I don't know. I don't know diddly squat about crocheting. So I'll take your word for it. But as someone who spends $200 to $300 on a regular basis on Kickstarter, and I see this box, these cute little things in this activity, oh my God! Okay, so it's personalized because it's actually made by him, but $600. Come on, ridiculous. The add-ons, the crafted kits, the needle. You know what'd be great? If you had the price for these add-ons, crafted kits. Why only 100? Like, that's so, like, that feels so, like, I always say this, like, why 100? Like, if you get, like, maybe because it's a pre-order, I wonder if this thing's going to ship really quickly. I'm excited to see the pledge levels. Let's go check them out. Let's go check out the pledge levels, and we'll come back. So the classic crochet kit bundle, oh, it is the featured, it just wasn't spotlighted. 240, that feels about right. The classic version, 45, that's not good. Bowers Law, hardcore broken. Okay. But then again, here's why Bowers Law is broken. And that's why I love doing this show. Yeah, now that I think about it, we shouldn't be surprised Bowers Law got broken. In case you didn't know, Bowers Law is the basic idea that your deluxe version should always get at least 7 to 10 times more backers than your standard version. That's not my opinion. That's just based on looking at over 1,000 Kickstarter projects. And typically, that's where they fall. And if they don't, you have somehow screwed up. Now, let's think about this project. This project is on BackerKit. This project is based off of someone who already has a pre-established thing they do on YouTube. They're bringing their audience to here, and their audience probably already has crocheting kits, because if you're following someone on YouTube that does crocheting content and you have stumbled onto their board game BackerKit campaign and signed up for BackerKit in order to back it, you probably already have crocheting material, right? That's just in my mind that like makes sense to me. So it doesn't shock me that, yeah, the $45 one is more popular. Now, I would not still be shocked if those bigger ones are still very popular. So 104 on the print and play. Okay, not bad at all. The Ultimate Crochet Bundle Kit, 300 sold out. Why is that limited? Why? Why would you do that? That just seems so... Why? I don't think the game is worth $45. I don't either. I really don't. But I'm coming at it from the board game perspective, and the majority of the people that are probably going to be looking at this, and this is backed up by how, like, deserted the Board Game Geek page is. Like, look at this. This is a wasteland. The people coming to this are not Board Game Geek fans. They are crocheting fans. And so there's just the decision not to have... Oh, yeah, like, this feels like such an insanely bad decision that's going to cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, this is the one I want. I don't want to make the $180 wait, what? Wasn't there another pledge level? What the hell? Wasn't there a 180? Where'd that go? What is up with this? Did I miss it? Am I making stuff up? Am I misremembering? Am I going senile? Okay, there was. I am going senile. So there's 130. Why is this limited? Like, this was the one, because, so, what, so there's an expansion, and it's limited, and it's, I don't even get it. Limited because of materials they have on hand, probably. Every time I've seen limited stuff that isn't actually limited, they've added more later. I don't know. It's just, it feels like this is the kind of thing where especially with, you know what this is? This is exactly what I have with my customers. I bet you that they thought that this $130 one was only going to be the niche. They thought that this was going to be the outlier and most people were going to go with the other version because they didn't do their homework on industry standards. I've seen customers do it at where I work plenty of times because this should have been like the alpha, and then everything else should have been like the beta, like, because if you can drop down the price on this one, that's where it's like, oh my gosh, like how much is that? Like, then you can have, like, your retail pledge then becomes pretty damn appealing, like to art store, like, man. Oh, and then we do have stretch goals and they're buried at the bottom. Wow. I hate it. I hate everything. I hate everything. Once again, I always mention this. What's your goal when you launch a Kickstarter? Your goal is to get funded. What's your goal once you get funded? It is to hit those juicy stretch goals. New dino tiles. Cool. Especially event tiles. I wish I knew about this back when I was looking at the prices. Back when I was like, oh my gosh, what's the prices? Like, that's... new playable dino, added Brave Brontosaurus is a playable piece of the game. Okay. New event tiles. This is great. So a new playable dino, new event tiles, new expansion. Unlock this tier to learn more. I'd love to know more. New expansion, new spin-off game. Wow. Way cart in front of the horse. A video game. So insanely cart in front of the horse. But once again, I say that, but if this were on Kickstarter and that main image were just like some really zoomed in, nice crochet pieces with this game, if you could convey to me the size of the box, the $45, I think this one has the potential to catch lightning in a bottle, because there is absolutely nothing like this game in the hobby that I can think of, right? Like, and I love children's games. I love family games. I worked at a daycare for a decade. I love family games. So I'm always, like, I got my ear to the ground when it comes to family games. This feels like its own separate lane, and they're just not going to find it on BackerKit. And it's so frustrating because, yeah, I want a co-op mode. I want those 600 backers that we'd probably get on Kickstarter. And it's like, are we going to get them on BackerKit? I don't know. Are there 600 people using BackerKit? Yeah, there is. It's a joke, but it's just, you get what I'm saying. So the pledge kit bundle, $15. When I say 18 to 23 was the number that I said roughly. Feels about right. So it doesn't feel bad, honestly, as someone who doesn't know anything about crocheting. If I looked at this as a family activity for my kids, I'm used to paying $200 to $300 for Kickstarter all-ins. I say this one is $145. I could give it to my kids for Christmas. It's a super fun activity. We could work together. We could crochet. I can use my 3D printer. I see so many potential crossover appeals here because you have the STLs, you have the crocheting, you have the family game, you have a tutorial video. You have so many things that you need, and unfortunately, it's on BackerKit. And even if this run Game Found, I think you would find a much larger audience, just because you would hit all those parents that are spend so routinely on big games. There's lots of games like this. There's no gimmicks like this. Your point still stands. Yes, there are. Yeah, you're right. C. Goody is absolutely right. There are lots of games mechanically that are like this. But the reason why I'm so excited for this game and what they're doing here is not mechanically. It's, oh wow, it looks like Brandon Perna. He's a great YouTuber who does Denver Broncos content, but then he got so popular that now he does NFL content. But see, he's totally a Denver Broncos fan. He's ours. Yeah, I feel like that's really the lane here. I feel like that's where they're really going to be like, wow, that we hit a home run here. Because the Dinosaur needle felting kit, the Dinosaur building block kit, the Dinosaur... And here's the thing, that why is there not the big pledge level with all that stuff? Or is that the 180? Is that... Because I don't think it is. I feel like there was definitely a missed opportunity to have the massive, and then you can go 200, and 200 becomes much more palatable when it is a building block kit and a needle felting kit and the model clay kit and the crochet kit and the ultimate kit. And yeah, look at this. You can 100% see what I was saying. Why Bauer's Law got broken, because the people here do not need crocheting stuff. The packaging will also make it appeal to the kids more. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think they got a home run here. Right now, I think they hit a single. But I have a feeling when they get that second print run, when they do that second edition, if they don't shoot themselves in the foot somewhere along the process, we are going to hear a lot more about Lava Run. If it is anywhere near a somewhat competent game, which once again, hopefully they hit the expansions because then it'll add a little bit more zest to the game, a little bit more asymmetry, because right now it doesn't feel like it has a lot mechanically on the game. I'm not that excited to play the game. I'm that excited to see what's in the box and craft my own thing, I guess. I hope they take time to hit up some conventions. I think showing up at some cons and getting some word of mouth will do them wonders. 150% agreed. Like, if they could get, like, a slice of somebody's booth and, like, have, like, a section where you could make your own thing, that, I think, would really be the bread and butter. Like, if you were running if I were running their booth, I would have an area where kids could come and be safe, where you could keep an eye on your kids, where they would be able to craft their pieces out of whatever. They could paint, they could do this, they could do that, while I would then be teaching your family, you know, the parents, like the short 10, 15-minute elevator pitch. Maybe the kids can get involved and be like, oh, what do you think you should do? Like that sort of thing. And you can say, oh, yeah, you can totally teach this. And we also have a 10-minute video. Okay, I'm just going into Bauer's Game Corner mode. That's how I'd run the booth. Not that you cared, but that's why I'm so excited about this game. This game, so smart, so clever. Good for them. 1 week update, a vote on the next Dino new T-Rex. Cool, let's see how many votes they got. Ooh, that's a great graphic. Crochet along the movie night. Okay, let's see. So 247 votes. That's some great engagement. New event tile. Ooh, this is nifty. Wow. And this is what I'm talking about here. So this is a social goal. We see social goals all the time, but this is a social goal built into the back end of BackerKit, where essentially you click on this. I don't use Instagram, so I'm not the target market, but if I did, it would be like, oh, I could instantly just follow them, and it gets updated up here, and that's really stinking cool, because we see, I feel like GameFound has upped the ante a little bit with how they handle their stretch goals and stuff like that. I feel like they do a really good job on stuff, but I feel like for social stretch goals, Kickstarter and BackerKit, GameFound, both need to bow down to this. Like, and this is why I love covering BackerKit from time to time, because there's gems here that someone at Kickstarter and GameFound could easily copy. They just need to copy that. Like, copy that. That's a great idea. And make it so it's applicable to Board Game Geek. Make it so it's like it can track how many hearts it has on Board Game Geek, so that way the people that want to use, say, for instance, instead of, because this one clearly isn't getting its kicks on Board Game Geek, but the ones that are trying to get on the BGG hotness. Like, there's so much. And then, of course, we have the community leaders of engagement. It's just so cool. I love it. It makes me feel like a kid again when I was in the forums. BackerKit, I'm rooting for you. I really am. I love it so much what you do. It's so cool. All right, final grade. They do have the how to play video. Wish they had got a few copies out to certain influencers. Yeah. I agree. Totally. 100%. Would have been nice. So final grade for Lava Run, the Craftable Dinosaurs game. Do I want it? Yes, I do. Gameplay itself, it looks fine, but I like the idea of getting, like, if I were reviewing it, I would want the crocheting thing. I would want to give that a whirl. And whereas if it was just the game, and like, hey, do you want this game? I would, because it's a family game, but I'd be less excited. I feel like they have the gem here. So do I want it? Yes. Can you do it? Yeah, I'm not worried about it. You have $85,000. You are, the component-wise, that $45 one. Like, that is not a $45 game. That is a box, cardboard, and not much else. But still, yeah, fine. Can you do it? Fine. And then how much is it? Apparently, it's not a great price if you know what you're doing with crocheting. But if you don't, I feel like it feels very reasonable. Whoa! Somebody just joined a backer train! Let's go! So at the end of the day, Lava Run, final grade. Sadly, only C+ for a campaign. Yeah, I don't feel like it's great. I feel like it could be. I feel like it's just a little organization here or there. I do feel like that the biggest thing, though, is just I can't imagine that this would be doing worse on Kickstarter. Just in this world for what this is. Also, that main image kind of sucks. Like, it does, I think. Except for this. And once again, that's what's caught my eye. That right there. And I feel like that's what we need to spotlight. That's what's distinctive. Your game is not special. doesn't feel distinctive. And I tell everybody that I work with on this, it's like, you need to understand this. There's 200 games on Kickstarter right now. You need to understand your game's not special to 99% of people. But if you have something special like this, that's what you spotlight. So I'm glad they put that on the corner there. I would spotlight that a little bit more. End of the day, yeah, I feel like I'm C-range. BackerKit is a big platform for tabletop RPGs, but unless you have a huge following, I always think it's a gamble going on there. This should definitely be a Kickstarter, yeah. Even GameFound, I think, just if you wanted to go counterculture, I think would be good. I'm really coming around on GameFound. Final grade, C. I feel like there were some definite, I feel like this basic idea, they're going to be back. They're going to be big. I'm betting on this one. Like, if there were stocks that you could bet on for board games, how cool would that be? I would bet on this one. Oh, can I do that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I want to do a segment with my game night at the beginning of next year where we each have like $1,000 on stocks and we can bet on games coming out or something. That'd be fun. Okay. Sorry. Rambling. Goodbye. Oh, no show note the rest of the week. This old fogey's going down to Kentucky to the Louder Than Life Festival. 4 days of hard rock, baby. Slayer, Slipknot, Sum 41, Orgy, Hailstorm. Some guy that once shook hands with someone from the Ramones, but damn it, I'm seeing the Ramones, kind of. Yeah, so no show until probably next Monday or Tuesday. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.